Okay, it's a couple of days since I biked up the mountain, and at that time I had a long aluminium bar, and I was using this, and I was using the bar to get all three tripods at the same height. I was also I found if I took off this top mounting bracket, if I took this off from the tripod, I could then use this in a predictable way to make sure I had the tripod level in each direction. That was very, very slow going. So I ended up spending about 4 hours up there, and I did 2 shots in that time. About 3 of the hours on the first, 2 to 3 hours on the first shot, and the remainder of the time on the second shot. The first shot came out absolutely beautifully. The second shot, I rushed, I was cold, I ran out of battery on this, which I was using for remote controlling the camera, so I wasn't touching it while I was taking the shots. So I ended up having to do the last shot manually. Basically a whole heap of stuff I didn't do well on the second shot, and it shows. The second shot is it's not usable. I underexposed it as well. So yeah, the second shot is a complete write-off. However, the first shot, that is frickin' fantastic. The only thing that I'm not happy with it is that I took so long between the first and the last of the 3 positions that the clouds are moved, which meant that the shadows on the landscape were different, and that the sun had moved, which meant that the shadows from the sun were different as well. So what I want to do now is achieve basically the same thing, but speed up the process a lot. So I'm ditching the bar. Of all the different axes, having the exact same height at that sort of distance is a lower priority. I need to get it roughly right, because I need to make sure that the dominant change is the yaw and nothing else. So I need to get it pretty good, but I don't need to have it as accurate as I was aiming at there. I do, however, need to have the roll as spot on as I can possibly get it. I need to have the pitch as spot on as I can possibly get it. So that comes in a little bit to the height, but once again, at that altitude, it makes very little difference. So what I'm doing this time, I'm a little bit undecided whether I'll take this. I might take it as a backup, but my current plan A is to use, there's a little level on the side here, and my intention now is to use that, and so I can put the tripod in a certain position like this, and then okay, it's in the right position. Now I'll go and align it with this leg. Cool, and we'll get it roughly in the right position there by adjusting these 2 legs. And then we'll move it over to this leg, and then we'll adjust that, and we'll keep on going round. And I reckon I should be able to do that fairly quickly, and I may even be able to do it with the camera on there. I'm actually going to test that in just a moment. If I can do that with the camera on there, then I don't need to be detaching the camera and reattaching it several times, because as I'm demonstrating right now, it doesn't always go on smoothly, and this happened when I was taking that second shot up on top of the mountain, where I had the tripod beautifully calibrated, and then this bit here, there's a little handle there for twisting the screw that attaches to the camera, and the little handle there was falling down, and it was preventing me from actually putting this into the tripod. And when you have the tripod on a bit of an angle, then it just tends to flop in a particular way. But when you're trying to have the tripod absolutely beautifully flat, that little piece doesn't want to slide around out of the way. So I ended up ruining the shot largely because of that little hand piece from me trying to attach the mounting bracket. I think that sums up most of the changes that I'm going to do today. I might make a little plate that goes on underneath the camera, in between the tripod and the camera, and then have some little levels in different positions on that little plate. The idea being that then I can see the levels much more easily, and I can see multiple angles at the same time and get them all roughly right in one go. So what I'll probably do to achieve that is buy something like this and take the different levels out of it. But we'll see. I haven't fully decided on that yet. I want to see if I can succeed with this. The weather forecast is supposed to be good now, getting worse throughout the day, so I need to get on with that as fast as possible. Get up on the mountain, get the shots, find out how much of the stuff works as is, because the less new stuff, considering this is a short-term goal, the less new stuff I buy to make it happen, the better.